Jan. What up, everyone? If you're new here, my name is Yana de la Cruz. Today we just got out of class. It's raining. Brought the bike, so it's perfect. We're about to get some lunch. See you guys there. So today we got some chicken breast, rice, and carrots. Super healthy today. It's been helping me out to plan out my meals ahead. It's been helping me a ton to stay on track and keep track of my calories and not have to cook all the time, have time to study and to travel and do all those things. So highly recommend. Alright guys, it's the next day actually, but I just got done with all my classes. I just did quite some freaking homework. A lot of stuff is due during the weekend, so Thursday today is time to crank. But I want to share with you guys a story. So you guys know how almost about a week and a half ago I went on a trip to celebrate my mom's birthday in Wyoming. It was my brother, my mom, and I. We had such a good time. We went water rafting. We walked around Jackson Hole. We did all these things and it was super fun. And traveling, obviously, your eating's not gonna be perfect. You can make the most amount of effort and still, you might have a few screw-ups here and there. But the biggest point about that is that you shouldn't beat yourself up about that, right? Because you were trying to make this a habit and a constant routine that you don't feel like it's like a ruler in your life, right? You're trying to make it seem like this is just the way you act. With that, so I did have a couple screw-ups, like I said, but what happened was that when I got back home, I fell into this mentality of like, oh, I messed up, I tripped up the diet, I have to get back into it, and I felt like I fell into this massive rut. So I call these ruts when I feel like I'm not really motivated to do anything, I'm not really feeling like doing the things I used to do, I'm not feeling like staying disciplined or feeling like doing my dieting, setting up my workouts correctly, going to the gym on time, things like that. I still go to the gym because I feel like I've done that so much that it's just part of my day now, and which is what I'm trying to do with the dieting, but it's just not as easy. I've talked to so many people and they all agree saying that the dieting is so much harder than actual working out when it comes to fitness, and it's completely true. So I fell into this massive rut, like I said, and I was having so much trouble thinking about what to do, where to start, how to get out of this rut. And this is something that I've been in, this is a situation that I've been in many times in the entire journey that I've been in. And so I thought about that, and I thought of all the things that I've done in the past, and I came to one conclusion. So I was on this process, right, setting up a few ideas. I was setting up a few goals for myself, and one of the things I wanted to start doing was to run in the morning before going to work. Now, my window in the morning is very tight. It's really small, and I barely have time to do all the things that I need to do before go to work. So adding a couple mile run to that would just be, I have to wake up a lot earlier, get ready for that, and I have to shower in the morning. So it was kind of a decision for me, but now I have to shower in the morning. It would change all these things, but every time it was at night, it was funny. Every time it was at night, I thought it would be a good idea. Oh yeah, I should run in the morning, do some cardio, get my cardiovascular health up. But when the morning would come, I would just think, that's actually a horrible idea. I mean, it doesn't fit in my schedule. It's gonna be, way too crunched in time, things like that. And it took me a while to realize that was not necessarily me thinking about the pros and cons, but rather just my mind negotiating with itself because it didn't want to do the running. Deep inside, I knew that I should go running, but I just didn't want to do it. It was as simple as that. And so one morning in the middle of this rut, right, like this is a period of like 3 days that I just felt so unmotivated and I just didn't want to do anything. And I woke up, I had told myself I would do that run in the morning, and my mind, obviously, as soon as I woke up, started thinking like, oh, I'm so tired, I didn't get good sleep last night, things like that. But then all of a sudden I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, screw it, I'll just do it. I stopped thinking about it, I stopped putting excuses in, I just committed to making a decision. And I went on that run, and it felt like crap. I mean, it was shitty as hell. It was dark. I didn't put my contacts on because I was so groggy, so I was like half blind the entire time I did the run. My pace wasn't so good. My eating the day before wasn't so good, so I was feeling a little heavy that morning. But as soon as I went on that run and I started running for like the first 2 minutes, I just had this massive feeling that I can do anything. I can do this. And all of a sudden, running felt so easy. All of a sudden, I was like, why didn't I do this before? I mean, this is the easiest thing in the world. And yet, this was the hardest barrier, or the most difficult barrier that I had accomplished to this point, getting myself to do this. And I felt like this massive rush of adrenaline, and I just felt like I was on top of the world. I could just do anything. And I was just kind of on the other side of the hill now. I was like, this is so easy. Why was I struggling so hard? I could do so many things on top of this. It was just amazing. And it wasn't until after that I was like, okay, I'm gonna get back in the routine. The diet's gonna be good. I started cooking on my meals, and like it was like this domino effect, but in the positive way, you know. After that run, that I realized that one of the biggest lessons I learned in this experience is that in order for you to get out of a rut, or get out of a situation in which you feel really unmotivated to get anything done, the best advice I can give based on my experience is that you do the hardest things first. And it's so funny because I've heard so many people say this, but we forget it, you know. This is a thing that we all know, and yet our brains just work so hard to get us the other way. Like David Goggins in his book Can't Hurt Me, he says that we always take the path of least resistance. And what we have to do consciously is stop negotiating with our minds and set a routine and do the hardest things first. After that, like I said, it was an amazing feeling. I went on that run. After that, I cooked all my meals. I stayed positive, I stayed consistent, and it's been amazing since then. I've been going running a few days a week before work now, and every time I go, I never ever regret it. It's always an amazing feeling, a reminder that I can do hard things, I can accomplish hard things because I've done them before. And so this is a good way to remind yourself and to keep that momentum and keep accomplishing things, harder and harder things, and keep expanding your comfort zone. With that being said, now we're just gonna head home. It's getting a little late, so I want to make sure I'm home to be able to go to the gym on time, right? And then after that, and then getting ready for tomorrow to be able to hang out with some friends. So, see you guys there. All right, guys. We have a back workout. Something going on with the boy Alex. Going heavy. Let's have some fun. Alright guys, and with that we're gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope my story can help some of you guys that are maybe in the same position, and for me as well, because I'm finding myself in these situations all the time. So like I said, hope this adds value to your life, and hope you guys can get something out of it. If you like this video and made it to the end of it, please do drop a like. Honestly, those give me like a major dopamine hit, and it feels freaking awesome to know that you guys like the video, so that'll help a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more fitness and lifestyle content, and I will see you guys next week.